I'm back. So now we're gonna make a quick and easy dinner. So it's a really busy time of year. This meal takes less than 30 minutes, truthfully. I have a couple cheat things, right, to make it easier. So again, any grocery store will have bags of slaw. So I grabbed 2 different ones. I go to Trader Joe's. So this is a shredded green and red cabbage one that has some carrots. This is a broccoli one. They have Brussels sprout ones. So pick which one you want, but you want 2 bags of the slaw. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make the sauce. So it calls for a 1/2 cup of coconut aminos. You could use liquid Bragg too. Gluten-free soy sauce, they're all kind of interchangeable depending on what you have in your pantry. We have sesame oil and rice vinegar. So we're gonna take a 1/2 cup, and yeah, there we go. I could take off the top. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of both the sesame oil and the rice vinegar. And then you're just gonna whisk this mixture up, and we'll add it into once we cook the meat. All right, and you don't really need to whisk it. I'm just gonna mix it with this, save a dish. Coconut aminos are thick. All right, so there's our sauce. So next we are going to head over here. We are going to drizzle the pan with a little bit of olive oil. And then you could pick what you want in terms of your ground meat. So I tend to use ground turkey. I have organic ground turkey. You could do ground chicken, you could do ground beef, depending what your family likes. So first we will add a little bit of oil. All right, so the pan's warm, the olive oil's in there. I'm gonna add in the lighter part of the scallions. If you are a patient that has SIBO, you are fine to use scallions, so this is perfect. So we're just gonna let that simmer for just a tiny little bit. And then we will add in the garlic. You could, in the recipe, it says to put the garlic in with the sauce. So you can, or I'm just gonna add it in actually once the onions are softer, I'm gonna add in the garlic, and then I'll add in my ground chicken or turkey. But if you want, you can put it in the sauce too. Doesn't really matter. So this is 5 cloves of garlic. It's a lot of garlic. You can take it down if you want to. So this is minced garlic. So good for your immune system. My only people that I have to take off of garlic would be, again, if I have a patient that has SIBO. And if that's the case, you would have to omit the garlic and use garlic infused oil instead, so you get that garlic flavor. Garlic is something that we use pretty much in every recipe for dinner, so I love it. And it's phenomenal for your immune system. Don't want to waste any. If only you could smell it through the video. I'm not gonna let it simmer too long so it doesn't burn. All right, so the onions are softer. I did have to put a little more olive oil because it needed a little bit more. And then I'm just gonna put in the turkey. That. Take it out. I'm gonna break it apart. I'm gonna turn up the heat just a little bit. And this is gonna cook for 5-6 minutes until there's no more pink. All right, so you can see the ground turkey is cooked through. You may be tempted to salt the meat when you add this phase. Don't. So we're gonna add this in next. The sodium's pretty high in these sauces, so don't salt anything yet. So we are going to add in the mixture that we already made. And then I'm going to grate in fresh ginger. So my farmers, this is from Work Song Farm. You can get a knob of it at the grocery store over in the produce section. If you want to take the easy road out, you can just use the spice of ginger. So I'm just gonna grate this. We'll add this in. All right, next add in your slaw. So the heat should be on medium-high heat. I'm just gonna mix this one up. We have this dish probably every other week. It's on the family rotation. This recipe comes from the Real Food Dietitian's blog. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. There's a lot of quick and easy recipes on there, but every recipe that I've made from that blog, I really, really love. She also has a Thai chicken recipe it's similar, but it has peppers in it, and that is another kind of quick and easy dinner that we use a lot. So that's one bag. So this, I'm gonna turn up the heat a tiny bit. This will all saute down. But again, it's high in veggies, so you've got protein and veggies. This time of year, we tend to have a lot of, this is the only thing about the mixes, is sometimes you're gonna get this kind of stuff. I don't want that in there. We tend to have a lot of starch this time of year. So, these dinners are perfect. And the flavor in this one is really good. And again, depending on how much you like garlic and ginger, you can tweak it a little bit if you want. That's a fun thing about recipes, you can tweak them. But you're just gonna let this simmer for about 7 minutes or so until the veggies soften up. All right, so here we go. So that took about 6 minutes or something like that. This recipe is really pretty easy. So we're just gonna top it with the green part of the scallions. If you have cilantro, that goes really well on top. We do that a lot. You could put sesame seeds on top. That would be really good. For sides, I would do rice, or like a Lotus brand of ramen noodle would be really good if you wanted a little bit of starch. There she is. Quick and easy. Guys, this is super fast. Even when we're pressed for time, this you can do really quick at home and have a great, delicious meal.